Popular games are known for their legendary icons. But what if they were realistic? Well, in this video, I'm turning some of your favorite game icons into real life. So the first game is Clash of Clans. The logo of it is an angry guy with a golden helmet. So I grabbed it into Photoshop. Now I need to find a real face similar to the logo. I came across this photo of John Cena. They look exactly the same. So I got this picture of John Cena. So I took it near the logo and stretch it until it has the same shape. That is not good. So to fix that, we have to remove everything from his face. Then I'm going to cut his nose from the original photo, and change the shape of it as well. Then just erase the edge so it mixes with the skin. Next, I found this mouth. There are some secret messages inside the mouth. Fixed it, and then select the mouth and turn it to the shape of the mouth from the logo. That looks like a worse version of Sid's mouth. I'm going to remove everything inside the mouth, and I'm going to use the teeth from this mouth. Select this set of teeth and bring it to the logo. After getting the upper set into the right shape, I copied it, flipped it, and made the lower teeth. Then I'm going to remove everything from this eyeball, then get it and place both of the eyes correctly. And I have this separate eyeball. I did this because the guy's balls aren't perfect. After that, I'm going to match the eye with the face. And since we are done with the face, it's time to add some shadows. First, decrease the brightness and paint the dark areas and around round areas. Then increase the brightness and paint lighter areas. Since we don't have a light source, I'm just going to paint them. Then the mustache. I'm going to cut it and use refine edge to make the edges more clean. Then make those long ends and turn it into a brighter gold color. Give it some shadows and also the shadows casted by the mustache on the face. Then for the shoulder, I found this muscular guy. Add some shadows to it. Then for the saliva, I found this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, no way, yeah.
I know that I have made a lot of mistakes, and that is not even saliva. And then I found this sick crown. First I tried to fit the whole thing, but it didn't work, so cut it and placed it piece by piece. Then add some more final shadows to make it look more realistic. And I'm gonna add a background and turn it purple. Then I added more glow to the mustache and the crown, as well as some green glow around the gems in the crown. And after some final color grading, this is the final logo. I kinda like this, but we have some issues. This doesn't look like saliva. I could easily use the saliva from the logo and do it, but I'm done.
What the hell, boy?
So let's move on to the next logo. The next game we are doing is Among Us. The logo is an astronaut, but it kinda looks like a hot dog. So the first thing I'm gonna do is create a new layer and draw out the basic shape of the logo, and then fill it with a color. Next, I got this fabric texture. I'm gonna make it big until it fits the shape, then clip it. After that, I'm using the warp tool to give it that round effect. Then create a hue and saturation layer and change the color to a bright red. And I'm gonna give it some basic shadows. The light is coming from this side, so I made the opposite side darker. I left out some areas in the edge so it looks more realistic. Next for this thing, I found a real photo of an astronaut costume. I'm gonna cut the glass ball and bring it near the logo, then resize it and make it similar to the original logo. And I really wanted to make it blue because it looks cooler with the red in the background. After that, I darken the edges and some parts in the inside. Then a really black shade in the edge, and when I add the shadows on the red body, it matches perfectly. Then for the thing in the back, I found this picture of a real jetpack. I don't want to spend 2 hours cutting this thing, so I'm just going to use the magic selection tool and hope for the best. I can work with that. Then take it and remove all of the white areas using the erase tool. That took some time. And of course, I'm going to give it some shadows as well. We are running out of space, so I made it more wider. Next, I found this cool flame. I took it to the project, and I can easily remove the background by turning the mode into screen. Then I placed and erased the excess area. Now I can copy it, give it a little Gaussian blur, and when I switch the mode into linear dodge, I can get this cool glow effect. I'm gonna only paint it in some areas. And I gave it this space background. I made some areas dark in the background and added some glow to that purple area. I'm gonna use this as a light source from the background, then I created a solid color layer with the same color and painted on the brighter areas in the logo. I made another layer and added those sharp lines on the edges. I decided to give some glow on the lower part and on the other side of the red body. That is so awesome, to be honest. Then I added some light near the flame and on the edges. And I did the final color grading. I really wanted to get that space feeling. I actually forgot something. I have this NASA badge. I'm gonna add that and make a small shadow under it. I did the same thing to this flag I found. I don't even know what country's flag this is. And yeah, we are done with the second logo. This actually turned out pretty well. The glow from the outside is so fire. Let's jump into the next logo. The next one is probably the most legendary mobile game icon, Fruit Ninja, released back in the 21st of April 2010. Fruit Ninja surpassed 1 billion downloads back in 2015, and the game has made millions of dollars, and still making about $1 million a month with 2 million daily players. So I grabbed it into Photoshop and resized it. Before doing anything, I added this wooden background. There were a lot of watermarks on it, so I removed them. One of these stock photos cost more than my whole life savings. After I finished it, I grabbed this watermelon. I'm only gonna cut the red part from this because when we add another watermelon, they don't match. Now I got the full melon and grabbed it into our project. Then I decreased the opacity of it and matched the shape roughly with the one in the logo. Then I'm gonna make a selection of it and delete the rest. After that, I'm gonna get this red part we got earlier into the right shape, and it should match with the watermelon as well. Then I got the watermelon again for the other part. I did the same, and I'm gonna use Liquify to stretch this edge. Next, it's time to give some shadows to the wood. And now for the melons. The light is especially coming from the above and also from the white sword in the middle. I gave some basic shadows then also I added some shadows on the background as well, and a dark shadow near the objects. I tried different things because it didn't look good for me, and make sure to create groups so it won't be messy. Next, I found this blood. I don't think it's blood in the logo, but I think this is perfect. I placed it in the top corner and added some shadows to make it look realistic. Then I grabbed this. The blood is splashing there, so I made it look like juice coming out from the watermelon. And on the other watermelon as well. I want more blood for this. Why do every photo has watermarks? Let's find some blood images. I actually spent about 15 minutes searching for a blood patch. Everything I see are either low quality or has like 100 watermarks on them. But I didn't want to spend like $20 on a single photo, so I decided to use the same one we used earlier. The watermelon on the top doesn't look good. Actually, both of them aren't good. So I spent some time to fix that. Now I'm going to use this real sword for the one in the logo. I took only the blade of it, and I'm going to make the tip of it more thinner and sharp. It looks good. I actually came up with this idea to make everything darker and turn the sword into our main light source. So while I do that, I want to thank everyone for the awesome support on the last video. It has only 2,500 views, but the support was insane. These comment means a lot to me, especially at the beginning of this journey. So I thank everyone for watching my videos. Yeah, I got some weird comments as well. I finished our last logo by giving it the final color grading, and here it is. These are the 3 designs I did today, and comment what you think is the best one. Thanks for staying till the end, and see you next time. Bye.
What the hell, boy?